Ready?
Can you hear me?
We are here in Las Vegas, site of UFC 279, where we were supposed to see a main event featuring Nate Diaz under his last fight contract with the UFC, taking on Khamzat Chimaev. But Chimaev, in addition to disrupting the press conference yesterday, missed weight by nearly 8 pounds today, which caused an entire reshuffle of this UFC 279 fight card. Joining me now is the UFC president, Dana White. Dana, I know it's been a hectic several hours for you and everyone else over the UFC. Based on what happened at the weigh-in today, what will fight fans actually see Saturday night at T-Mobile Arena?
It's been a hell of a night and a hell of a morning, buddy. Let me tell you. But this is what we do here. This is how this works. Sometimes things don't play out the way you expect them to. Can't hear me? No audio? I have no audio. Can you hear me now? No, nothing? Oh, this is typical. This is the way my day's going. Yeah. Got no audio.
All right, so let me ask you a couple questions about what transpired here. There have been some rumors, talk that Chimaev had a medical issue that led to him being overweight. What have you heard in that regard?
Yeah, no. So what happened was he was cutting weight. If you saw him yesterday, he was very, very lean already, and he should have come in on weight. He started to cut weight, and he started locking up and cramping and all the things that happen when you're bad, that are from a bad cut. And unlike 10 years ago when we were doing this, they call in, we send a doctor up, and a doctor determines whether he should keep cutting weight or not, and the doctor told him he shouldn't. So we jumped on this morning. And the new card now, we have Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson. And Khamzat Chimaev will fight Kevin Holland. And Leach will fight Rodriguez.
So with that being said, it's an interesting matchup for a couple reasons here up and down this card. Starting with the main event, because as I mentioned earlier, Nate Diaz, only one fight remaining under his UFC contract, an OG in the game, a fan favorite. He's the guy that can headline, obviously, a pay-per-view card, against another OG in Tony Ferguson, a matchup that a lot of fans have wanted to see forever but never transpired. Your take on the fact that that's the fight you end up with, considering everything that's happened?
Yeah, it's crazy. Listen, it's not by coincidence that we stack guys the same weight on the same card in case anything goes wrong. But yeah, it worked out. Obviously, when something like this happens, you got guys who have trained for another guy for a long time, and so getting these guys to agree to different fights can be a little tough sometimes. But we got them all done. They're locked in. I will be at the weigh-ins in 45 minutes, and we will be squaring these guys off. Nate Diaz and Tony, like you said, the fans have wanted to see this one forever. It's going to happen now before Nate leaves the UFC. And yesterday there was a lot of questions about what happened. Kevin Holland and Khamzat Chimaev actually got into it yesterday backstage. Ironically, they will now fight and Saturday night. And Leach versus Rodriguez is also a fun fight. So it literally couldn't have played out any better.
That's what I was going to ask you about the Holland-Chimaev fight, because it was the dust-up between those two that led to the press conference being canceled yesterday, and all of a sudden now you get those two guys in the octagon and at pretty much the same weight, because Kevin Holland was going to fight Rodriguez at 180 catch weight, and of course he weighed in at 179.5, and you had Chimaev at 178.5. Matchup, maybe it was destined to be the whole time.
And both fights will be 5 rounds. The co-main event is 5 rounds. The main event is 5 rounds.
Well, Dana, we appreciate the time. And again, we have a shuffle atop the UFC 279 card. Tony Ferguson against Nate Diaz. Khamzat Chimaev will take on Kevin Holland. And Lee versus Rodriguez in the fight to precede those two. The main event here at UFC 279. Dana White, we'll see you at the official weigh-ins coming up a little bit later.
See you at the weigh-ins. Can't wait.